All right. Hello again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and for another talking video. And welcome back outside. Yeah, we are back outside. And, well, if you were thinking that the background looks a little bit different, then you would be correct. Because I am sitting in the back part of my property today. And I will be talking about a couple of subjects out here in the back today. And well, yeah, for what I would like to talk about in this video today is something that I've kind of mentioned before. And if you look back on the confident and humble video, then you might hear a lot of the same things in this video, which I've been trying to think, what should I name this one? A beautiful personality or beautiful face, beautiful personality? And I think I've decided to name this beautiful face, beautiful personality because, yeah, there can be a difference between those two things. And, well, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Uh, when we live our life and we meet people and see people, whether it's people that we meet in person or people that we see on TV, yeah, a lot of us may say, well, that person seems to have a good looking face, a beautiful face. I like their smile. I like their eyes. They have really cool hair. And yeah, I can definitely think of times where I have said that or I've thought that. And maybe some of you out there can say the same thing. And yet, it can happen where, someone has a good looking, beautiful face, and yet they do not have a beautiful personality. And yeah, I think it's easy to tell after a point when someone either has a bad personality and they're being snobby and rude, they're saying mean things to people, they are ignoring nice people, and then other people out there seem to have a beautiful and kind and honest personality where they say nice things about people and sometimes they refrain from saying anything and they try to treat everyone as best as they can. And yeah, you know, uh, yeah, I can think of people who've had a bad personality and a good personality. And well, I would just encourage everyone out there to try and find their confidence. Try to find your confidence with the face that you have. And also, when you do find your confidence, it is also very important to have a beautiful personality. Do not let it go to your head like some people do, but try your best to have a beautiful personality and saying nice things to people and being humble and knowing when not to say something and just treating everyone the way that you would want to be treated, which I hope is in a kind way. And yeah, people will definitely appreciate that. And I really think when people are interacting with others that the thing that becomes more important than somebody's appearance and their face, the thing that becomes more important to them is someone's personality. If someone has a kind and honest personality, then yeah, people are more inclined to spend time with them and trust them. And yet, if someone has a bad personality where they are mean and saying bad things and ignoring you, then yeah, people are going to notice that, and they will not want to spend time with someone who has that kind of personality. I hope that you can find your confidence with your appearance and also have a beautiful personality. And do not let it go to your head. I know that's something that I have been working on over the years. And I remember when I first realized my confidence, it was in, March of 2010, I think it was. I was at my home church one evening, and there was this one lady who was never shy in speaking her mind. And, she and my mom were next to me. I was sitting in a pew at the church in a sanctuary there. And this lady said to my mom, "Oh, yeah, your son, you do have a good looking son. He has beautiful features." I just remember that. I remember that moment and what she said there. And it was really from that moment onwards when I started to feel happy with the face that I have. And yet it did take some time for me to be humble and to not brag about so many things or feel conceited. I know from that moment onwards, early 2010, I was in 11th grade. And then in the fall of 2010, I started 12th grade. And, if you were to meet me back then, you would probably say that there are some very similar things about me then as there are now, like with the music and the roller coasters and God. However, I do think that I was a little bit more conceited at that time, and I thought that I was so important because on my old Facebook account, I had 2,000 friends, and I won a senior superlative for the guy who had best hair in my whole grade when I had the bleach blonde mullet. And, there was a time when I was starting to feel confident with my appearance, and yet it did take some time for me to be more humble. I would not say that I was ever speaking to people in a mean way, not from what I remember. And I would like to keep it that way, where I am not speaking mean things to people, but keeping it kind. But rather, I'm just thinking about the way I thought about myself. And yeah, I've been working on that over time. And, I'm just always trying to be the best person I can be with my attitude and with everything that I have. And no doubt about it, when we think of appearance, yeah, as people make it to a new decade of life and then another decade of life, when they get to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100, then yeah, people do not look quite the same as they did when they were 20. And no doubt about it, if I can make it to 106 to break that world record for becoming the oldest person to ride a roller coaster, then I would believe it that I will not look quite as young as I do now. And that is what happens with appearance over the years and over the decades. But even when youthful looks can fade, like I said, it is very important to keep a beautiful and kind and honest personality, a beautiful personality. And I know that's what I really want to strive to do, to keep my personality in a good and humble place. And I just hope with you out there, anyone who watches this video, that you can find your confidence with your appearance and also with who you are, and that you can also be kind with your personality. I just wanted to share all of that today, and I hope that this has all made sense. And yeah, best of luck to you in this area. And as always, I wish you the best with what you're doing. This video will be in the Talking Videos playlist, and you can always watch it again at some point. And yeah, there is one other video out here today that will be shared very shortly. So thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.